Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Welcome to Brambleberry Cottage this week. So we had a little chilly start. We're feeling that autumn crisp in the air.
Love it.
Yes, love it. Always sad to see the summer go. However, always around this time we get that just like days before you're really trying to stretch out those last days of summer before you start feeling the crispy air, and then the autumn comes and the air is crisp and it feels great.
Invigorating.
Invigorating. You come out on the patio with your coffee or tea, or you start the day. Sometimes I'll read in the morning with a coffee or tea and a book. It's a very exciting time. And the decor changes, which is very exciting to me. From floor to ceiling, everything. I've got wiped down, washed down, deep cleaned. We've cleaned curtains. We're going to today bring up our fall clothes to have that transition with the chilly mornings, the chilly evenings, and still a little bit of summer in between.
Right.
We had a beautiful Labor Day weekend. We hope that everyone else did as well. This is a great time of the year. Normally Paul's not with me during cleaning and organizing and decorating, but this year he was able to join me, which was very fun, very exciting, and he got to see the behind the scenes of what I do during that time.
I used to come home to a magical transformation where the house would be summer in the morning when I left and autumn when I got home from work. But today I was here to see what happens behind the curtain.
Yay!
And it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. I enjoy it though. We get the music going, we get candles going, so you smell the autumn scents of the season. So it was kind of fun having, I hope for you too, probably not so much fun, but I hope it was for you too. And good. And it's been nice. It's nice to see the goings on behind the scenes. And so we're doing lots of decorating, lots of deep cleaning for the next season. It feels refreshed and clean and new. We're changing up our decor. It used to be a lot of colors, and now it's a little more muted and beachy, which we've been trying to do more and more. Very excited about that. Enough of the decorating. So what else did we do?
What else
are we going to do?
So we'd recently ordered a garden shed that just came in yesterday. We're planning on assembling that.
That's exciting.
It is exciting.
We've been waiting a while for it.
Getting that organized. So that's something we'll see this week as well.
Yes, so you had made a shed.
I had put together a shed using scrap wood.
Years ago.
Years ago for our trash barrels and recycle bins, that sort of thing. And we're planning on taking that down. It's starting to fall apart. It wasn't ideal to begin with. So now we've got something, hopefully it will take care of all our needs. We'll get that set up and organized.
The intention is to have two. From now we're going to try to combine all of those items and in a nice, neat way. We may have to build some shelves. We'll see. So the whole idea is to neaten it up and have a nice system, one we can depend on. As what Paul built was great, and it's great on a budget. If you have wood laying around, it was not pressure treated, and also in time it just falls apart and rots. And but it was done well. He put a roof on it, and we'll show you this week what he built. And it was very clever. It was very nice, and it lasted for a while. It was actually nice enough. It keeps the animals out. And then we're going to kind of do the same thing. We're just upgrading, and it'll be rust resistant and rot resistant. It will be waterproof and animal proof, and we'll have a lock on it. We'll feel a lot better about it. So we're excited about that, but hopefully a second one next spring.
Right.
On top of that, as you saw, we did our door last week.
So the glass was stained inside between the two panes, and it's something we couldn't access. So we bought some window film, some tinted film to put on the outside of the window, and it helped a little bit, but not as much as we had hoped.
Yeah, I wasn't as pleased about it. It didn't hide as much on the glass itself. It went on the glass. It gives us the UV protection. It gives us a privacy somewhat, not like they make it sound. They make it sound like you really can't see anything, but you can. We tested that out, and we could see each other still. So that was disappointing, and also what was disappointing was it didn't hide the marks in between the panes that we were hoping for.
Not as much as we had hoped.
No, not as much. But it gave us UV protection, gave us somewhat of
little bit
disguise of that. But again, as we mentioned before, this is temporary because hopefully in the spring, that's what our hope is. It always depends on budget, but hopefully if all works out, we'll be replacing that door. We know next year at some point it will be replaced. Anywhere between spring and fall, it has to be done. But for now, we did what we could with it, and it looks okay. I'm not really upset with it, but it worked out okay.
The faux finish came out really nice.
It did. I think so too. We're very happy with it. We had intended to do mostly indoor projects, but then very excitedly the shed came in. So we are going to finish the shed. We are going to put together the shed. We are going to show you the film on the door because we didn't get to in time last week. We'll show you where we made a little boo-boo on a couple areas on the tint, but again, it's temporary. We noticed some paint had splattered on the glass. We didn't realize it till the tint went on.
Well, you had scraped it off, but
somehow
we missed some, I guess.
We missed it. So we're getting old, folks. We don't always see things like we used to. But anyway, yeah, it looks okay. It looks fine. It doesn't really show much. It actually does hide things, and it looks okay. Anywho, so we'll probably give you a once overall around the yard one more time to show you what it looks like in the fall. Like we've mentioned before, we have a really nice neighbor who helps us out, and he came over with more natural ingredients and helped us with our lawn. That's been exciting. We have different flowers and plants popping out for fall, and some things leaving us for the summer, but it's always a nice transition to watch month after month, season after season, what happens in our garden. It's very exciting. But we are also moving indoors, and we will show you, we will not show the cleaning part, maybe someday we will, but we'll show you our decorating. Every year in the autumn, in September we do our apple picking, in October we do pumpkin picking, so you will see, we will show you in our garden how we add to that. We will add pumpkins and gourds and little things here and there. We're toning that down as we age. We used to do lots of things for when the kids were young, for the excitement for them, but that's toning down a bit. So we'll show you what we do at this stage in our lives as the months go by. That's the exciting part for me, is the decorating. I hope it is for you too. Let me know if it's not, and I won't show it, but I will show you the decor as time goes on. But anyway, so we have the shed. We'll show you the tinted glass that we did last week. We'll show you our decorating, and that's it this week. That's exciting.
Oh, and some of our compost is ready to harvest from our new compost tumbler.
Already?
So I'll be emptying that side out and putting it in the garden.
Yes. Yeah. So come join us this week and see what fun we have in store. Yeah, there's quite a lot of staining from in between the window panes. And that's what we're trying to hide, and we just can't afford to get a new door or even replace the window right now, so that we decided to get a window tinted film that will help take away that staining, hopefully, and also give us privacy, as well as protecting us from UV light and keeping the room somewhat cooled. So we sprayed when we're still spraying a little bit more on the window with water, and like the instructions say, and we're going to slowly, hopefully without bubbles or creases, get the both sides of the tinted film wet with water. It's just water that you're spraying on the window glass and also on the tinted film. And apparently you're supposed to get it on both sides of I'm not quite sure how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it as we go. My son and my husband are doing this, mainly because I don't trust myself with getting all the bubbles out and the creases and whatnot. This is a nerve-wracking. It's very stressful, actually. It's very nerve-wracking. Because you're given one film, it could technically fit both sides. I'm not sure if we're going to do both sides, but because of that, oh, look at it already darkening. But boy, is it stressful trying to get this on and trying to get the bubbles, and I can already see it bubbling and creasing. But I knew they're doing a great job. It's very difficult to put this on without having creases and bubbles, but we're gonna do our best. I'm gonna be honest, folks, this is a really stressful job. but hopefully it goes on well, and it looks okay. And I'm hoping it'll hide the marks that are on the glass. It's unfortunate that we can't get inside the glass to get that staining. This is temporary. This door will be replaced. I'm sorry, I got cut off. I cut myself off of speaking because I'm watching with stress. This door is temporary, as we will be replacing it next year. We just really thought this would help the situation for now, while staying on budget. We have more important things and other things on our budget right now that take precedence. So this will hopefully be a good solution. We'll find out. There we go. So it looks like, I can't hear them, but I'm on the other side of the door, but it looks like they've decided not to spray with water, as I don't think that's working out. Such a tedious job. I don't advise this unless you're very calm and relaxed. Actually, that's another reason why my husband and son are doing this. Not that they don't get stressed out at jobs, but they tend to be a little more relaxed than I do. My Italian-Irish temper comes through a lot. My son has a lot of patience, and he is a perfectionist, and that really comes in handy for jobs like this. I have a little bit of that, needing things to and wanting things to be a little more on the perfect side, and I take my time as well, but I do tend to get a little more frustrated than he does. I'm really hoping it's okay that they keep taking it down and putting it up, and that this also gets us through storms and different weather conditions. I'm hoping that it lasts. Okay, so it looks like now they're wetting the film in the window again, and hopefully, like it says to do, so hopefully that will work out okay. Luckily, it allows us to keep taking it down, putting it up. Because it is an adhesive, it can eventually give way, so hopefully this works out. This film comes with enough to do this particular size window, 2 sides of the window, and it was, if I believe, it was about 22 something in some odd cents, so it's about $23. Okay, I can see. I'm a little nervous because the adhesive on the top is starting to give way. It might be that we've taken it out and put it on too many times. What I was hoping would hide those marks in the glass might actually be showing it a lot more than I had hoped. Not too jazzed about that. It could be because we did the blue film that does come with a blackish grayish, dark grayish blackish film color. They have clear, they had all kinds of it. I wanted the bluish because I thought it would hide it, but also I didn't want it to be too dark, and I thought that would be a nice look to it. So we'll see. I might have been wrong in that. That might be my fault, what I chose here. Jacob is doing a wonderful job. As usual, he's very precise. When he takes his time, he has tremendous patience for these kinds of things. He's doing a great job. I'll miss him in a couple days when he's back at school. Just because I'll just miss him, but also because he's very helpful with these kind of jobs. Not only is it not hiding the staining in between the window panes, but it also seems to be enhancing it. That's worrisome. However, we do get the privacy now and the UV protection. This is temporary, as I said before, until spring, but hopefully this will fix the problem. We can only, I assumed we were doing both sides, but it sounds like we're only doing one side. So the other side we could do some sort of spray on to kind of help with the staining. Luckily there's a window blind there. It will bug me, as I'm also a perfectionist, and that's going to bug me, that staining, as it looks terrible. I would advise people when they're, if I could give you any advice, when you buy a door with a window in it, or any type of window in anything, and there's a chance that water can get in between the panes of glass, unless it specifically has some sort of protection where it can't, I would advise you, even if it's a little cheaper or a lot cheaper, I would consider maybe not doing that. As you can see from here, if you can see it, the staining is awful, and there's really no way to get in there except replace your window or replace the whole door, and obviously that is not an affordable option for everybody. So obviously you may want to look into that in the future. I wish I was able to realize that when the house was being built. We just kind of took whatever option there was. We didn't really think it through. We didn't really, at the time, have much of an option to really shop, and it was just, that's what happened when it was being built. It was just whatever was being put in, you know, that construction grade basic door. So unfortunately, that's what we had at the time for options, but we have the option now to change that, which we could have years ago. We just were busy raising kids and thinking of other things, but now we realize that we're at a point now where we're going to replace it. We have way too many other projects to budget in time-wise, so it'll be more of a spring project. But for now, we're doing the best we can to fix the door. I'm very, very happy that we got rid of the dividers that made it look like smaller panes of glass. That trim, I'm glad we got rid of that trim for the glass, because that was terrible. It was just really yucky inside. It was really hard to clean properly, and it just wasn't a look that I liked. It was, you know, cheapy plastic, and I'm really glad we removed that. We do have some nubs on the side for when we cut it. We tried to sand it down. We tried to do all kinds of things. We did a better job on the outside of fixing those little nubs where the panes were. The trim was. So because of that, it looks a little better on that side, and it's a darker paint, so it's not shown as much, but we can see it on the inside. Luckily we have the blinds there, but like I said, this is temporary, folks, so it's all right, I guess, for now, but it's not something I would want to live with past so many months. So I'll try to not think about it too much, and we'll let it go for a month. I might even have Paula, I put on maybe a little trim on the inside to not see it as much, if there's a way to do that. But we'll see. We'll see. For now, this is how it's going to go. I don't want to invest too much into this door, as we're probably going to be changing it within less than a year. The guys are doing a great job keeping it bubble and crease free, and having patience. We're going on 16 and a half minutes now, and I can see that this could be really frustrating when you're trying to do this. Keep your patience. I would be really upset by now. So you're supposed to use a credit card of some kind to kind of smooth out the wrinkles and the bubbles. I'm using my Ulta Rewards card, and it seems to be doing the job. So you want something that has a sharp edge like a credit card, so it'll help you smooth everything out. There we go, we're on the last leg, everybody. It gives me a lot of joy to watch my husband and son work on jobs together. What a great dad he is. He's teaching his son some valuable skills. Gives them time together to teach each other things and learn from things and work on projects together. That's really a special thing to see. It seems like it went on very smoothly. It just takes tremendous patience and a lot of time. You really do have to give yourself time. We're at the 22-minute mark, almost 23 minutes, and it really is just taking time and patience. So sorry to say, folks, it did not cover the marks. In fact, it might have enhanced the marks in between the glass. However, we will get privacy from the outside, and we also will have the blind on this side of it, so we don't really see it too much. As long as it doesn't bug us and it's only for a short period of time, and we're going to let it go. But it did help us get that protection from the sun and keep our rooms cooler, and also give us that privacy. So that is worth it. And hopefully on that side they don't see the marks as much. We'll find out. We'll show the final when it's all set. Okay, so I was making goofy faces and dancing and waving, like with my hands going nuts, in the kitchen, and my husband did respond, so they can see, and my son was laughing at a couple things, so they can see some things. I was hoping for a little more privacy than that, so I'm not super happy with this whole thing, and it's really painstaking to put on, really frustrating. And it didn't quite cover things, and obviously it doesn't give you total privacy like it says it does. Not sure if you should have something on the other side of it to enhance that, but it's unfortunate. I know in the daylight it's supposed to give you privacy, and at night it's supposed to be more visible because you have lights on. So, but it seems here we are in the daylight. It's somewhat sunny out, and you can still see things. So that's a little frustrating. Not sure I'm really pleased with this product. This was from Amazon that I bought from a certain company, and I'm not happy with it, to be honest. I would say it's probably not worth the money. It was under $25 on Amazon. I'm not really happy with it. I wouldn't recommend it. It'll do for now though. We're going on slightly over half an hour. We're at 31 minutes now. Oh, also to note, it takes a lot of deciphering to read the directions, as whoever printed this out has terrible punctuation, terrible instructions, and it's almost hard to figure out what they're writing. It was not very clear, the instructions. It does say to call them if we had questions, but it's just very, very poor instructions, and also contradicting things. It says to spray water, it says to rip off the layer, but also do it slowly when you put on. It's telling very contradictive things, so it's unfortunate. So I would say thumbs down. So we've taken off the knobs on our kitchen cabinets, and we are preparing to touch them up and prepare for a little touch-up of paint. As you can see, we have a mishmash of cabinets. Some were inherited from my mother that we replaced, that were just in bad condition, and some of them we've had before. The intention is to replace the doors eventually and have them all match, but for now I don't mind that so much if we're just painting them. So at least all the same color. So as you see here, this vent hood will be replaced, and this faux chimney we did to hide the vent pipe. A new vent system and a new facade over it will be coming to fruition soon. And this background was an ugly panel that we didn't like, that we painted up to look like a whitewashed German schmear faux brick. We do not like this, so this will be changing as well. Hopefully a subway tile or of some sort or whatever. Yeah, so that's the before. Look how much the mint has come back. And our beautiful flowers, well, we still have them. The window boxes are doing all right. And these gorgeous begonias. I'm gonna be really sad to see these leave, but they're actually working with the fall colors right now, but they're so beautiful and so full. And enjoy it while we can. And these flowers came back to remember how full they were, and then they suddenly were gone. Now they're back. Not as full as before, but oh, it's so nice to see the flowers come back. The drought really had gotten to them. These are not doing so well. It's time, I think, to be done with those. Those are okay, but they're not what they used to be. We have our beautiful snowball bushes and our hydrangeas, if you can see how beautiful they are. Hello, squirrel. Our mums. And these are getting ready to be done for the season. The morning glory had come back. But they never flowered. It's a little sad because we've always had them every year, but something had gotten to them, if you remember us saying. So, oh well, it's okay. They're still pretty green though. Not the best product, folks. This was from Amazon. I don't know. I don't like how it bubbles down here, if you can see. And also the door. It is temporary, but we like how it came out somewhat. Don't know if you can see. Probably not up close. There's some of the paint that kind of splattered. We were so vigilant about getting it off, but somehow we missed it. There's a couple spots. So that unfortunately went right over it. We only did it from the outside. I feel like maybe if we do the other side it would be okay, but I'm not sure yet. Anyway, we'll be changing out this wreath too. So yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'm not super jazzed about it, but it'll be okay. At least we get the UV protection and it covers a lot of the marks. If you don't really stare at the window too, you can't see really the paint drops, but we're usually more professional than that, so we're a little disappointed in ourselves mainly. But yeah, not my favorite product.
Okay, so it's time to empty out one side of our new compost tumbler. Haven't tried this yet. We'll see how it goes. Compost looks just about done, so we'll see. We'll try to empty it out into a bucket down below because the wheelbarrow won't fit. So hopefully this will work out. So I've got 2 full buckets. a pretty good compost. I might have to screen out a couple of chunks. Pretty happy with it so far. There's a small remnant of compost in that side of the tumbler, but we're going to start adding fresh kitchen scraps to that side, while the other side develops into better compost. So I'm going to take the door with a plus side on it and put it on the side we're going to add to. And the other door on the other side. So this is the trash shed that I had built 2 years ago out of scrap wood. It's shingled. It served our purpose for a while, but it's starting to fall apart. It's not ideal. Mess inside, of course. We don't have a trash barrel in there. Recycle bins, some other yard stuff. So this is the box of the new shed.
So here we have the finished garden shed. So, hello Bella. All put together. It has these little ridge vents here, so it keeps moisture out, so you don't get any moisture or mold buildup in there, which is great. It has this little latch, which we'll be putting a padlock on at some point. We have our, Paul put a little rack here so we can hang our garden tools, which need a very good cleaning and disinfecting before the season's over. And we kept some snow shovels and the spreader, a little mower. We have a economically, ecologically efficient, I don't know how to word it, push lawn mower, not motorized in any way. Okay for our small yard, but it's time to get another lawnmower eventually. Anyway, and then our trash here. But we can't fit our recycling. He would love to hang some kind of shelves or something in there to hang our, or even a hook to hang our broadcast spreader, but also some kind of shelf. But this is smaller than I anticipated, but I like it. It's a very nice shed, and it keeps some small things in there. It's the one that Paul had made was great for a while, but it's unfortunately just ready to be changed up. We have an issue here with lining this up. So Paul's going to readjust that, as you just heard. So we're having a little bit of an issue with lining that up. But otherwise, hi Paul. Otherwise we have a nice little shed here. This shed was a gift from my mother and stepfather from last Christmas. They had gotten us a gift and it had to be returned, and we decided it was a toaster oven. We no longer wanted to do that, so we exchanged it for a garden shed. So thank you for that, Mom and Tim. We like it. We like it a lot.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I know we were planning on going in a different direction with our video this week, but our shed came in earlier than expected, so that became our major project. We also covered the window trim, the window film to cover that door window. And what else did we do?
And we did a little bit of our decorating for fall, so we went into the interior. You don't see all of it yet because we're going to extend that into next week, just because it surprised us with the shed this week. And the window of the door, we just wanted to show you because we are working on that. We wanted to show it finished. And give you a little review of that window film and also of the shed. We wanted to show you. We're very pleased with the shed. It's a little bit smaller than we anticipated, but it worked out okay. Definitely will be investing in a second one next year. This year, it was a nice gift from my mother and stepfather, as last year they had given us a gift of a whole different gift, and it just didn't.
It was broken. It wasn't working, so we returned it, and with that credit, we got our beautiful shed.
Yes. So it was nice that we were able to do that. We can't always do that, so we were able to do that. So we have our shed, we have our door, both finished for now. The door finished for now, as you know, we're probably going to invest in a new one some point next year, most likely. And also, we'll show you next week more decorating for fall. We did pick up some grapevines. And also, we had a lot laying around. We are going in a different direction with the decorating, so that was it. We have a gorgeous day today. We're celebrating Paul's 50th birthday. Please join us in the comments and say happy 50th birthday to my husband here who worked so hard. And also join us for next week when you'll see some more decorating, and who knows, sometimes it just changes. So have a great week, everybody.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and send us a comment.
Yes.